Doctors say one of the biggest health mistakes people over 60 make is eating the same amount of carbs they did in their 30s. Those comforting bowls of rice, bread, and sweets that once seemed harmless can quietly turn into some of your body's worst enemies. As we age, our metabolism slows, insulin sensitivity drops, and every extra gram of sugar starts leaving a mark. Too many carbs can trigger dangerous blood sugar spikes that wear down your heart, feed inflammation in your joints, and even accelerate memory loss. Over time, it's the perfect recipe for diabetes, fatigue, high blood pressure, and a faster aging process that steals your strength long before it should. Doctors around the world are now warning that high-carb diets are one of the biggest hidden causes of declining health in older adults. But here's the hopeful part. It doesn't have to be this way. Your body still has an incredible ability to heal and regain balance, even after years of carb overload. The key lies in what you choose to eat next. That's where these zero-carb superfoods come in. Natural, delicious, and scientifically proven to help stabilize blood sugar, lower inflammation, and protect your brain and heart. And the best part? They're simple, affordable, and easy to add to your meals starting today. Today we're diving into these doctor-recommended zero-carb foods that many seniors are ignoring but shouldn't. Let's start with one of the most surprising ones, mushrooms. Now I know what you might be thinking. Mushrooms? Those little brown or white things we toss on pizza? They might not look like much, but science has uncovered something remarkable. Mushrooms are like brain food for older adults. A massive study that followed nearly 3,000 seniors found that those who ate mushrooms regularly performed significantly better on memory and focus tests than those who didn't. And we're not talking about rare, exotic kinds. Simple varieties like button, portobello, or shiitake can do the job. The secret behind this superfood lies in a unique compound called ergothioneine. You won't find it in fruits or grains. It's found almost exclusively in mushrooms. Scientists at Harvard call it one of the most powerful antioxidants nature has ever produced. It protects your brain cells from oxidative stress, the very thing that drives memory loss and cognitive decline. In fact, a Japanese study following over 13,000 seniors found that those who ate mushrooms just a couple of times a week had 10 times lower risk of developing dementia. Imagine that. Just adding a few servings of mushrooms could mean a sharper mind, better memory, and years of independence. And here's something else you'll love. Mushrooms are nearly carb-free. 1 cup contains only about a gram of carbs, most of which is fiber, so you can eat them freely without spiking your blood sugar. They're also rich in B vitamins and selenium, both essential for keeping your energy levels up and your immune system strong. If you're wondering how to include them, it's simple. You can sauté them in a little olive oil with garlic, add them to omelets, or mix them into soups. Even canned or dried mushrooms hold their benefits. The key is consistency. Make them part of your weekly routine. Think of them as your natural brain supplement, straight from the earth. And before we move on, if you're finding this helpful, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, because every week we share simple, science-backed tips just like this to help you stay sharp, strong, and independent after 60. Now, moving from the soil to the sea, let's talk about another food that doctors are calling a complete metabolic protector: sardines. Yes, sardines, the humble, tiny fish that most people overlook in favor of salmon or tuna. But here's something few know. Sardines might just be the most underrated food for seniors. In one of the largest studies of its kind, researchers followed seniors over 65 who were at risk for diabetes. Those who ate sardines twice a week saw their risk of developing diabetes plummet from nearly 40% down to just 8% in 1 year. That's not a small difference. It's life-changing. So what makes sardines so powerful? They're rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which fight inflammation and protect the heart. But unlike supplements, sardines also contain taurine, vitamin D, calcium, and high-quality protein, all in perfect balance. That combination helps lower blood pressure, improve cholesterol, and even support healthy bones. The best part? Sardines are naturally zero carb and zero sugar. You can eat them straight out of the can, mix them into salads, or mash them onto whole grain crackers for a quick snack. If you're concerned about bones, don't be. That's where some of the best nutrients are. Those soft, edible bones are packed with calcium and vitamin D, two nutrients most seniors are deficient in. When you think about it, sardines and mushrooms make an incredible 1-2 punch. One fuels your brain, the other protects your heart and metabolism. Together, they cover two of the biggest health challenges that come with aging: cognitive decline and blood sugar instability. But here's the key takeaway. These foods only work if you eat them consistently. Think of your body like a garden. If you water it once, it won't thrive. But a little bit of care, day after day, can turn things around faster than you might believe. Even small changes, like swapping a sugary breakfast for a mushroom omelet or replacing processed snacks with sardines and veggies, can start to stabilize your energy, sharpen your focus, and support your overall health. Every meal after 60 is an opportunity to heal, to energize, to take back control. It's not about perfection, it's about direction. If your plate is filled with real, zero-carb, nutrient-dense foods, your body will thank you every single day. So next time you open your fridge or head to the grocery store, remember these two unsung heroes of healthy aging: mushrooms and sardines. They're simple, inexpensive, and backed by powerful science that shows they can keep your brain sharp, your heart strong, and your blood sugar balanced, all without a single gram of sugar. Seaweed. You might have seen it wrapped around sushi or sold as dried sheets at the grocery store. But what most people don't realize is how beneficial it is, especially for seniors. Seaweed is loaded with iodine, a mineral your thyroid depends on. Your thyroid controls metabolism, energy, and even mood. And when it's running low, everything slows down. Studies from Harvard found that just a few grams of seaweed can naturally restore iodine levels without needing supplements. And get this, in a 10-week clinical trial, seniors who ate small amounts of nori daily saw measurable reductions in blood pressure.
That's huge, because high blood pressure is one of the most common and dangerous conditions after 60. The natural compounds in seaweed, called phlorotannins, actually help your body process sodium and relax blood vessels. Imagine that, lowering your blood pressure just by eating something that tastes good in a salad or soup. And let's not forget, seaweed is virtually zero carb, yet packed with fiber. That fiber slows digestion, stabilizes blood sugar, and helps maintain a healthy gut. It also feeds your good bacteria, which play a major role in immunity and inflammation control. One of the most fascinating findings from recent research is how seaweed supports long-term metabolic health. Even in people who eat high-salt diets, seaweed can help reduce sodium absorption, which means it protects your heart even when your diet isn't perfect. And it's easy to add. Sprinkle it on your rice, add it to soups, or enjoy it as crispy seaweed snacks. The best part? Seaweed has been eaten for centuries in Japan and Korea, cultures known for their long lifespans and low rates of chronic disease. Maybe that's not a coincidence. Now that we've explored seaweed, let's turn to one of the most familiar yet most powerful foods on this list: leafy greens like spinach and kale. You've probably heard it 1,000 times: eat your greens. But here's what you may not know. The science behind it is stronger than ever. In one of the most remarkable long-term studies, researchers followed almost 1,000 people aged 58 to 99 for nearly 5 years. The seniors who ate just one serving of leafy greens a day had brains that functioned as if they were 11 years younger than those who didn't. That's right, just one bowl of spinach or kale daily can literally slow brain aging by more than a decade. So what's their secret? Leafy greens are loaded with vitamin K, lutein, and folate, compounds that protect brain cells and keep blood flowing smoothly to your brain. They're also rich in nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide, a molecule that helps open up blood vessels, improving circulation, and even helping memory. In another clinical trial, seniors who ate leafy greens for just a few weeks saw measurable improvements in bone health. Their calcium was being absorbed more efficiently, and markers of bone strength improved by over 30%. For anyone worried about osteoporosis or fractures, that's reason enough to pile your plate with spinach and kale. And here's what makes them perfect for a low-carb lifestyle. Spinach and kale have virtually no digestible carbohydrates. 1 cup of raw spinach has just about 1 gram of carbs, and most of that is fiber. That means they stabilize your blood sugar, help your digestion, and keep you full without adding calories or sugar. But beyond the science, there's something simple and beautiful about leafy greens. They're easy to eat and easy to love. Add a handful to your morning omelet, blend them into a smoothie, or sauté them with olive oil and garlic. You don't need to overthink it. The key is consistency. 1 serving a day can do wonders. What's more, leafy greens don't just protect your mind, they help your mood. When your brain gets the right nutrients and blood flow, you feel calmer, more focused, and more energized throughout the day. And that's something no pill can replace. Each of these foods adds a layer of protection against the silent effects of aging, helping your body stay sharp, strong, and independent. By now, you can probably see the pattern. These zero-carb superfoods aren't fancy or complicated. They're simple, natural, and powerful. And as we move to the next one, you'll realize it's something that's already on your grocery list, but maybe not getting the attention it deserves. Broccoli and cauliflower. Now, most people think of these as just side vegetables, maybe something you steam or roast a few times a week. But here's what many don't realize. Broccoli and cauliflower aren't just good for you. They're clinically proven to improve blood sugar control and protect your brain as you age.
A large scientific trial published in Diabetes, Obesity, and Metabolism found that seniors who ate cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower had significantly better blood sugar stability than those who ate other vegetables. That means fewer sugar spikes, steadier energy, and reduced risk of diabetes, all without medication. The secret lies in a natural compound called sulforaphane. It's one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant agents ever studied, especially for older adults. Researchers found that sulforaphane helps your cells defend themselves from stress, keeps blood vessels flexible, and even reduces markers linked to Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease. And here's a fascinating fact. Broccoli actually contains 10 times more sulforaphane when it's raw compared to cooked. That means lightly steaming or sautéing instead of boiling helps preserve these protective compounds. Broccoli and cauliflower are also nearly carb-free and packed with fiber. That's a win-win. They fill you up, support gut health, and keep blood sugar steady. In 2023, scientists discovered that sulforaphane also changes the gut microbiome in positive ways, helping your body produce more anti-inflammatory compounds naturally. That means better digestion, stronger immunity, and even improved mood. The research shows that people who eat cruciferous vegetables regularly tend to have sharper minds and more resilient hearts. If you want to get the most benefit, here's a simple trick. Chop your broccoli or cauliflower and let it sit for a few minutes before cooking. That activates the natural enzymes that release sulforaphane. Then, just steam it gently for 2 or 3 minutes. A little preparation can make a huge difference in the benefits you get. And now, let's talk about the last group of foods on our list, the quiet heroes of healthy aging, nuts and seeds. They may be small, but they're nutritional powerhouses, and doctors everywhere are encouraging seniors to include them daily. Why? Because they protect your bones, muscles, and heart all at once. A study involving thousands of older adults found that people who ate a small handful of nuts daily had higher bone mineral density and were significantly less likely to develop osteoporosis. That's because almonds, for example, are rich in calcium and magnesium, 2 minerals your bones absolutely need to stay strong. But the benefits go far beyond bone health. In a long-term study of adults over 55, those who regularly ate nuts had longer telomeres, the little protective caps at the ends of your DNA that determine how fast your cells age. Longer telomeres means slower aging and better cellular repair. In other words, nuts don't just make you feel younger, they actually help your body stay younger on a cellular level. And then there's muscle strength. As we age, muscle loss, or sarcopenia, becomes one of the biggest threats to independence. But research has shown that just an ounce of nuts or seeds daily can reduce frailty risk and help preserve muscle mass. They're rich in protein, healthy fats, and key amino acids that keep your muscles strong and your energy up. Let's not forget chia seeds. Tiny, yes, but mighty. They're loaded with omega-3s, magnesium, and fiber. Yet they contain just 1 to 2 grams of net carbs per tablespoon. That's practically zero sugar, but maximum nutrition. Studies show they can lower blood pressure, improve cholesterol, and support heart health, all while keeping you full longer. The best part? Nuts and seeds are one of the easiest foods to add to your diet. A handful of almonds with your morning coffee, a sprinkle of chia seeds in your yogurt, or a mix of walnuts and flax seeds in your salad. Each small habit adds up. These little foods might be small, but their effects on your health are enormous. When you look at everything we've covered, mushrooms for the mind, sardines for the heart, seaweed for metabolism, leafy greens for memory, and cruciferous veggies and nuts for protection, one truth stands out. The best medicine often isn't found in a pill, but on your plate. Each of these zero-carb foods works like a piece of armor, protecting your body from the silent wear and tear of aging. And when you start including them regularly, something amazing happens. Your energy returns, your focus sharpens, and your body feels more balanced. You're not fighting against age, you're working with it. Think about it this way. Every meal is a choice. You can choose foods that slow you down, or you can choose foods that strengthen, protect, and heal you. And it doesn't require perfection. You don't need to follow strict rules or starve yourself. You just need to feed your body what it's quietly asking for. Real, whole, nourishing food. So if you've been struggling with fatigue, brain fog, or those nagging aches that seem to come with getting older, take this as your sign. Your body still has the power to rebuild, renew, and recover. You just need to give it the right fuel. Try adding one of these superfoods this week. Maybe start with mushrooms in your omelet or a small can of sardines for lunch. Then build from there. Small, consistent changes are what create big, lasting results. And remember, you're not just eating for today. You're investing in the next 10 to 20 years of strength, clarity, and independence. If you found this video helpful, give it a like and share it with someone you care about, a parent, a friend, or anyone who could use a little encouragement on their health journey. And don't forget to subscribe for more simple, science-backed tips to help you stay strong, sharp, and full of life at any age. Because aging isn't about slowing down. It's about living smarter, eating wiser, and feeling better than ever. Here's to your health, your energy, and your best years, still ahead of you.